How you got started in politics, first of all?
That's a long story. Let me just give you a little background. I was always kind of community active in the community. We had a fellow by the name of Q.J. Smith who was the president of NSCP. I served basically as a youth president for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And you got to understand that was during the time frame when African Americans began to push for change. When the second member district came up for House number 94, that used to be the old House district number, they put together a screening committee to the screen candidates who they wanted to run. And the facts are, I was on the screen committee. Mm-hmm. I was not a candidate, but after they got through the process, one Saturday morning I was with my mother. My mother was a teacher who retired, and after she retired, she got sick. So every third weekend was my weekend to stay with her. Mm-hmm. And so when they pulled up in the backyard, I thought they was coming to see my mother. But they came to tell me, you got to run. And that's how I got in.
This was in the, what, 1950s?
That was in 1974.
74.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you started thinking about running, it was just like that?
Well, after they talked to me, they had a couple of community meetings. The leadership across the District 94 decided that they were going to support me and asked me to run. From that, we pulled together a campaign committee, and our theme was Your Fair Share.
Your Fair Share.
And that resonated with folks. Mm-hmm. And Gene, that's how I got here.
Okay.
I mean, that was the beginning of the process.
Now, had you always been interested in politics before then?
No, Gene, I was always kind of a background guy. I like organization. I like putting together groups, dealing with community issues, and I thought that was the way I wanted to be. My long-term desire, I wanted to go into business. Okay. I always wanted to be in business, primarily because my father was in business, and I really thought that was the way to go.
What did your dad do?
He multitasked.
Okay.
My father was a United Methodist preacher.
Okay.
Had two churches. But back then, preacher salaries was not sufficient to live on, so he was a contractor. But he also ran a barber shop, had a soda shop and a theater, and my uncle had a grist mill in the back of that building, and so that was basically our livelihood. Plus, he farmed. He had a nice sized farm. Back then, my family could make it he had about 187 acres. You could make it a living off a farm with that size. Today, that's don't count.
So this was in Bowman area?
In Bowman.
Okay. So born and raised in Bowman.
Yeah, I was born. Actually, Gene, I lived about 1,000 feet from where I was born.
Yeah.
So I didn't get far in life.
Well, you didn't get far physically in life, but you've gone up in the political realm. So it's
and Gene, I've since this is a personal story. When I started to run for the House, the issues then are not the issues today. And so you can understand what I'm saying. When I decided to run for the House, the basic issue in my community was race. Because we didn't have any African Americans in the mayor, no city council, no county council. No school board members. We didn't have any deputy sheriffs. And so race was the number one issue in the campaign, to be honest with you. And I tell people, even today, race still matters, but the number one issue in our community today is poverty. And so I've seen it flipped. And so my approach in politics has been to try to get something done. I classify myself as being a progressive moderate, but I believe in solutions, and not necessarily people just talk about stuff. I think you got to do some things to make change happen, or be a part of the catalyst that make that change happen.